Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today's a special podcast episode. I know it's your boy, Don. Shout out to my man, Jam. You know what I mean? Letting us use this barbershop. We somewhere in Richmond, Mechanicsville. I won't say too much, but just know link will be in the description if you want to get your cut here. It's pretty fire if you ask me. Now, today's a special episode, and I do have a microphone that's with me too. But we gotta celebrate first, cause you know if you noticing something about me, as far as hold on, let me make sure. If you notice, I have slimmed down. You know, I've been working. For y'all who know and don't know though, I've been a 13-mile run out in Philadelphia. But before we get to that, and before we get to what this bottle is in my hand, let me shout out our sponsor of this episode. Today's episode was sponsored by Credit Play. Shout out to Diamond Rogers out in Atlanta. Want your points to go up? You gotta make sure you're doing your part, doing your effort, and she's gonna do hers on her side when it comes to sending them letters out and making sure she rises your score. All right. So if you want more in this life, you gotta do more, and to do more, you gotta change your habits, lifestyle, action, execution. You hear me? Aight. So make sure you head out that way. Shout out Diamond. Yeah. So let's get into what's this bottle looking like. You know what I'm saying? So I picked it up the other day. This the Snoop Dogg 19 Crimes. Alright, sparkling wine, California. I mean, see, I've been trying some different things. I know I'm getting older, cause the other night, shout out Bellows Lounge out downtown Richmond, #1 Caribbean bar, and I was out there supporting my homegirl China the Don. You know, amazing voice. I say her voice is damn near like Faith Evans. You know, like she got a strong voice. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's hard to do that nowadays, you know? And I was out there drinking some wine. And I wasn't even drinking no liquor, no Red Stripe like I usually do. Shout out KML, you know, put me on for the last 10 years. But I realized, why do I gotta drink that? You know what I mean? Why drink this just to get hurt the next day? You know what I mean? Why I get hungover the next day? I've been heavy into running now. Now, we gonna pop this off and in true fashion, as the Dawn do, we gonna get into what I'm talking about. What marathon, what the 13-mile run. The 13, that's the Rocky Run, the Talent Stallion Challenge. So, pop it off first. Gotta let y'all see that in slow motion, you know? So, this is a sip for mankind right here, because I don't know if it's gonna be sweet, but shout out my guy Ray. He said this joint, I might like it, so as long as it's not brute. It'll grow on me. It'll grow on me. But it got some kind of flavor. It's nice though. My main thing to y'all is start with what you have. It doesn't matter if you have the highest equipment. It's just starting. I'm starting with an iPhone. Usually do it with a wireless mic. But for today, I wanted a handheld. And yeah, I know, why didn't you get the shotgun, the Shure mic? Yeah, it's coming. All that's coming. But work with what you have. So I don't want to hear no excuses from anyone in the city of, oh, well, I don't have the money for this and X, Y, and Z. Yo, it don't matter. Go use that Walgreens 5 and below microphone for $5, $10. Sure, it's gonna sound like ass, but at least you'll get your point across, and the people want to support you. Or if you really want to, because continuing the podcast and episode going back to back, you really got to be consistent with this. Not easy. So if you see motivation in what I'm doing, and you say, yo, Don just keep coming back on the timeline, back to back to back, it's because I don't make no excuses. I just do it with what I got and level up. So you can see it in real time. Right now, we got this 1970 handheld mic. Shout out my guy Jam for the reference, but you know, I'm gonna keep on rocking. Now let's talk about the outfit of the day. See, I switched it up, you know what I'm saying? I don't even wear turtlenecks like that. But I just had to show y'all. The arbiter had to show you some kind of new sense, you know? The arbiter gotta show you some sense to make sense of what it is. I'm wearing this Christian Dior trench coat. I actually thrifted this joint. Joint goes for like $300, but I got it for the lower 10. It's not about how much you spend, it's about how you style your pieces. And if you could style without a stylist, cool, you got some sense. But if you don't worry, your boy got you. You know, I got some white Dior's. Shout out to Give Back, good choice. That's what we do. You know, just plain jeans. I ain't had to go crazy with some distressed, crazy jeans, you know, they're just regular plain. Shout out to Sniper. You know what I mean? Got this Kango on. Applejack. For y'all who don't know. Now you know. Know better, do better. Aight. So that video you see playing behind me, that's when I was in, I want to say 10th grade. You know, because you could think that you're gonna do what you want to do when you get older, what you're gonna pursue. But a lot of people over the years, they get addicted to their vices, they get addicted to pussy, they just stop believing. But you see me, I'm 29, my birthday January, so and I've done a lot this past year. I've done some new challenges I never even thought I would be able to manage, such as the Philadelphia Rocky Run to Town Styling Challenge out in Philadelphia, 13 miles, right? My uncle, stay in the gym. Event coordinating, the Give Back. Shout out my man Anthony, good choice, right? And also, I was a designer at the RBA Fashion Week this past April 27th streetwear finale. And I couldn't have done any of that without my team. Remember, people get you farther in life than by doing it solo. So, you know, you just gotta contribute and help those, and the right people will come around. But you gotta show effort and show it for yourself. When they see you taking all those risks, doing all the tribulations, they're gonna wanna assist. But that's depending. People wanna be around that. People wanna do that. Why? Because we sell in community more than we do clothes. That's why you see us everywhere. And that's why motherfuckers got that itch on their nose. Why? Because they don't like it. They don't like this vice of being addicted to us. And if it's not me, it's definitely the models you see. They don't. Now, I've been seeing this TikTok trend where you have a 9 to 5. Excuse me. I've been seeing this TikTok trend where people who used to be on in their careers, pursuing their passions, and then all of a sudden the music dips and you're working a 9 to 5, or people who used to be in shape, they get out of shape. And you know, I think that shit's real corny unless you went through some trauma, like a car accident, or you know, someone you loved was around and then they passed away. You know, those kind of transformations mean something. But for you showing, it's like what you want, some sympathy or something. If anything, I tell you what, if anything, a 9 to 5, it's okay to have a 9 to 5. That shit save lives, bro. Say it with me, a 9 to 5 save lives. See, I be doing everything I do, and I be working 9 to 5, right? I lost my shit a month ago. I was down bad. A lot of people don't even know this, but I was going through my own shit. And only my close ones knew, like, damn, dog, like, have you tried X, Y, and Z, or try to put me on? And of course, granted, I got my side gigs, I got my clothes, I got my videography or whatnot. But the 9 to 5 is supposed to be your bread and butter to fund that lifestyle in the long run. You just gotta make the right moves. You gotta make some calculated, strategic moves. Now, sometimes that shit's gonna backfire, but no risk, no reward. I want something to go and make it happen. And, you know, while I was going through that, I said, well, I can't stress it. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna laugh that shit off. I'm gonna be optimistic as fuck. Because why I'm gonna just dwell in all that, why I'm gonna dwell in negativity, that I just can't do that. Because I gotta see a brighter day. See the two things, I'm gonna be a winner or I'm gonna be a bum. A bum is basically you just give up on yourself. Or yeah, you go through your shit. But for me, I strive for number one. I strive to be the best version I could be. The only competition I see is myself in the mirror. Everyone else, they handle it how they can. Because everyone else is living in their own world. And referencing back to that TikTok trend, the other type of transformations I fuck with, if you was studying, you doing what you look like regular and then basic flipping it with the curls in the hair and you looking mad beautiful. See, that's why Kodak said what he said. That's why he was wilding on what I said. Fucking on stud, I'm in love. Fucking on stud, I'm a... What? Shout out to Kodak, shout out Drewski. Aye. You know what I mean? Like, Shorty's still a woman at the end of the day, you mean? Like, sure, she probably got on, baggy clothes, whatever, but look, hey, it's a wild world. I'm just a wild guy in the wild, wild west, you feel me? But we in the east, so gotta be a beast. Aye! Hey, yo. This joint right, I like that. It's smooth, it's smooth. I don't think I'm gonna finish the whole bottle, but that joint nice. You know? And some people gonna ask, yo, Don, how come you be running around the city the way you do? And it look like you everywhere. And I'll tell you why. When you create content in other people's recaps and you're in other people's events, I support what I do. I like to support the people who are underground, right? So they'll post it up and put it up whenever they want. And a lot of people be like, they feel some type of way. They be like, why won't you be hanging around with the other people who are out here, the other influencers? I be feeling that shit's like a weekly or monthly meetup. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already see each other online. So for me to just go post up with you, take a photo or whatever, I mean, what are we really networking if we already know each other? I feel like the next generation, which is the youth, they always gonna have the next impact. So that's why you see Dawn always with the next come-ups. And speaking about the come-ups, because they need that support. They need to know that the people who was on before them is showing the love back too. You know, and the only ones who I see are consistent and putting effort in. So shout out Young Combo, shout out Omega, shout out Ramona Red, shout out Unique Hustle Hard. She actually opening up for Cassidy, I think December 12th. If I can, I'm gonna try to make it out there too, because I'm definitely trying to support that shit. I got my drink and my two-step, my drink and my two-step is on. It's on, you know? And with that being said, like 10 years ago, this one cat, he promised us, yeah, put a VA cipher together. That shit never saw the light of day, but we was all there in the studio and shit, right? All hype, nothing happened. So, fast forward, now I'm in the position, I'm that guy now, right? I'm hot dog, catch up. The VA Elite Cypher. I'm gonna put some things in motion, which I already have, and it's gonna be called the VA Elite. The VA Elite Cypher. It's actually an ode to, it's an artist from out here. He called it the New Virginia Movement. And I fuck with that. And I wanna contribute and put forward to that. And if my shit pops off, it pops off. But if it doesn't, at least I planted the seeds. And like I said, the next generation, if it's someone younger or whatever, boom, he runs with it and that shit goes viral. You know? I don't need a fucking accolade. I don't need the attention. If it's not meant for me, cool, at least I can put it on, put someone else on. You know, too many people be scared like, yo, I don't want to share this idea because I's gonna take it or whatever. It's supposed to be, like, there's nothing new under the sun other the way that it's presented, right? Perception, yeah, you can say it's a fickle thing. Perception is really what you make it. It depends. What are you selling? If we all selling the same thing out here, it's really how you flipping it. It's your personality on your take, you know, on what you saying. So it'll come off different. Like, yo, I like how he said it. He made it make sense. Is it entertaining? Is it informative? That's things gonna really attract people. And I consider myself a magnet, you know what I mean? And because I hold that positive frequency of what I believe, I attract the best opportunities. So when I didn't have that job, right, and I'm thinking, damn, like, it was some bullshit that happened, for real. But regardless of whatever happened, because I was let go, I was like, cool, I'm gonna just stay sharp and stay on my toes, keep working out, because I got a big goal in mind, and that goal is gonna attract exactly what I need. You gotta have some faith sometimes, man. Y'all so quick to just let go and just be like, yo, fuck it. When success is literally on the other end, like literally one door away. The 100th door is right there. It's just in arm's reach, but you gotta keep going. So after I was done training, I hit the marathon. Then that week after, I got the call. And now your boy out here selling phones. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mad perks. Yeah, the best network out here. Figure that one out. But that shit got me so much perk now that's like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna run that joint up and keep going crazy. February, we're gonna drop the tracksuits. If y'all been paying attention, when we was in the RVA Fashion Week, I had blue tracksuits. I liked it so much, I'm gonna have the black and white ones out. February time. I'm only gonna have a limited amount, probably about 11. If them joints gonna hit the way it do, I'll get more. But it's gonna be a limited, exclusive sale, so make sure you tap in. www.QuilaLifestyle.com. What's Quila stand for? Let me remind you. Quality, unique individuals in America. And I'm the CEO, founder out here. I.E. Virginia, baby. Let's talk about them light stealers. What's a light stealer, Don? When you doing well and you have some shit going on for you, right? You have motion, so they speak. All right. You have a lot going on for you. You're gonna attract certain people who are vampires to that energy, right? They want to be around either just to be nosy, or they want to be around for the results. They don't contribute anything, you know, and you got to be very mindful of who you have around you, because sometimes it's easy to get distracted or lost in the mix, you know, because so much things are going on that you won't even see it happening in real time. It's not until you take like a step back and see the whole bird's eye view, and you're like, damn, or you have your people close to you and they relaying the information that you don't see because you're just doing so much. The hardest thing about being a leader is making those decisions at times. You know, make sure you're reading, get your education up, get the way that you see the world, all the way to ancient history, relative now. Everything that was happening back then is all cycles happening now, all the same schemes, the same patterns. You have that in mind, you start realizing like, damn, like I've seen this before, or I've heard of this or seen this before, and you know, time and time after again. Law 3 from 48 Laws of Power: concentrate your focus. When you concentrate, you start really pushing through, breaking barriers, and that shit can be ruthless. And sometimes the people who see you, they're like, yo, if I stay around this person, maybe I'll get to understand the way he moves. Maybe I'll get to see why he's so adored when they have more followers or more engagement or more than you. People who have more than you, it's so funny how they'll be jealous or envious of you. I never understood that. I've always been the type of person I am who brings out the best in other people, right? So in return, of course, they're going to pull back in because they're like, damn, this person is so giving. But that's because, you know, if they are ride or die, if they're day one. And shout out all my day one females, because I swear, y'all more loyal than these niggas out here. They really be on some bullshit, be hating that shit. Or if I can't get a ride for whatever reason, let's say this is actually Thanksgiving night. I think this was that Wednesday night, actually. I was out for karaoke and shit. Yeah, it was actually Wednesday night. I Ubered out. I hit all my people up. I hit all my men's up. No one answered. From the YNs to some old cats, nobody answered, right? Except for a few, right? But they was out of the city, or they would sleep. So I'm worried about if dudes in the bed ready to go to sleep. Of course, I'm like, shit. Well, that's my ass. You know what I mean? But the women, they're around way, and they like a block over, or they down the road or whatever. If they can, they will. But even after they get back to their crib and then they could drive out, they will. I was on 5%, so I made a move. I didn't want to pay no $50 back for Uber. They was taxing, especially, I think it was surcharging. Usually $10, but it was $50. I was doing everything in my power when I had like 5-10% to not pay that shit. But, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta charge it to the game. You just gonna have to pay that price. Am I gonna walk back 2 hours, or I'm gonna pay $50 to get back quick? You know what I was hitting for. Fuck it. It is what it is. Like I said, you gotta spend money to make money, and this shit will always come back tenfold. It is what it is. But the women always saying, yo, where you at? Oh shit, if I wasn't out of town, I'll get you right now. I had like 3-4 girls that was like, yo, if I wasn't out of town right now, I'd come scoop you up. But Thanksgiving, literally the next day, so what can I do, right? And actually, speaking about the next day, actually something unfortunate happened that I found out on the news. I don't know if that young girl lost her life. It was someone around the corner from actually where I was at. They got shot in the neck. But I believe it might have been her own fault, her own doing, since she started the altercation. She came back, and after security, who was already strapped up, she came back with the gun. She tried to start some shit, and she ended up getting shot in the neck. People know what they're doing with what they have, and there are consequences for that. So be mindful of your actions, especially when you're inebriated, especially when you're going out and it's after hours. Everyone's stressing out here. I know they be feeling like money tight and shit, but really it's a lot of money out here to get. It's all about how you maneuver and how you go and get it. It's a wild situation, but RIP. I have love for my Richmond community out here, but we gotta do better. Yeah, so the Quila Podcast. It's time for growth. 2025 has been a ride. And now we about to elevate, go forward. So let me touch back on the VA Elite. I'm bringing the hottest, the most creative innovators out of Virginia. Putting them together, we're gonna do a cypher. I haven't done nothing in probably like 2 years. I renamed myself, reinvented. I had to reinvent myself, rebrand myself, go hard with the Quila movement. And now we're gonna do something major. Shout out Hitsville, RVA, we're gonna do something special on the north side. We're bringing everybody around the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing my man down DMV Situations out DC. Everyone's gonna get a mini interview. Like, I'm making sure they get the Dawn experience, the VA Elite experience, the way I want to do, giving them flowers. The right now, the people who regardless if they traveled out of the country, out of state, or they just learning how to network. We got so much talent in VA. So don't be feeling no type of way and shit, right? And if you do, you taking it personally and shit. It is what it is. I selected these joints. We fire out here. And like I said, if this don't pop off the way I'm feeling, then the next cat who sees this, they can do their own version. Kudos to you if you do, That's me. Kudos to you. So we're gonna do that shit. But yeah, the Quila Podcast, expect interviews in Spanish now, in Espanol, with the hottest influencers, DJs, entrepreneurs that are doing it in the state and out of state. I'm just coming at another angle with it too, you know. So, and you won't have some other entrepreneurs in all realms. It's just gonna be different, next level shit. I want to bring my team on board. I'm going to be interviewing my team as well, so you can get acclimated with them as well. It's a reason why we're all working together. It's a reason why we're the most, I'll say, desired authority figures that we are. We're putting ourselves out on your timelines. Y'all see us, but now it's time for y'all to understand what this community is really all about. What being Quila minded, what that trickles down, what that looks like in real time. So if you're not following the vlogs, make sure you are Quila Lifestyle. That's the YouTube channel. It's Q4. We already in 2026. Mentality wise, appreciate y'all, you know, like, wouldn't be doing this if y'all didn't request this. Like, y'all be asking, yo, where the podcast at? How come you haven't dropped anything? Like, life be happening. And I be dealing it the best way I can. You know, it's just me. But I'm open to a lot of things y'all saying, and I really appreciate y'all support. You see it. The proof is in the pudding. I'm working out. I'm still not where I want to be at. I'm incorporating meal preps. That helps a lot because where I'm at, it's a lot of different fast food around me. I don't really like that. So I make sure I cook beforehand. A lot of sweet potatoes, protein, chicken, fish, you know, and working out, calisthenics, and running, treadmill incorporated too. And shout out 1%ers out of Richmond, Virginia. If you want to be a runner out of Richmond, Virginia, join our run club. Link down in the description below. We have weekly runs. And there's another thing we just added. I think it's an app that we might be doing events as well too. Got a lot of things going on for 2026. Shout out my guy, Shift Lanes. Shout out the whole Quila Family Empire. E the Model, Nia Mulan, China the Don. We run in Virginia. As such, you see what it is? We the flies. We the flies. We're doing what we do. How can they stop us? They can't stop us unless we won't. My bad. I'm about to quote some Diddy shit. Can't stop, won't stop. Virginia shit, like they can't stop us. We out here. You know, they can't stop us because we keep on going. Now we're gonna do out of state shit. That's what it is. It's your boy DONiLA. This has been the Quila Podcast. Appreciate your time. Make sure you stay tuned. The last thing else is, I do have a single dropping besides the cipher. Fuck with me on all streaming platforms. Probably drop that shit sometime December. We gotta hit back to the studio. That's gonna be my first single from DONiLA. Like, that's my first single as DONiLA. So stay tuned. Let's say December 15th. Fuck it, I'll go to the studio next week, finalize everything up. December 15th. December 15th, fuck with me. Newest single, DONiLA. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already, Virginia's finest. Aye. This has been the Quila Podcast. I'm gonna make sure I do more of these too, you know what I mean? Y'all listening, y'all want it, I'm here for y'all. Got y'all. Said, when y'all hear ahí, that means we out there. Ahí in Spanish means ahí, over there, there, ahí. We got a Spanish song called ahí. It's el tipo malo. That means I'm the bad guy when you see me. There he goes. There goes bad guy. Ahí. So you hear me, you see me in the streets, you see me out in public anytime. I almost forgot a critical part, a critical segment of this piece too. Women want a winner. Alright? And that should be common sense, right? But common sense ain't common. And when I was down bad, of course the women won't know and shit. Like, I don't need to tell my business, but when it comes to the point where you have motion and shit. Did a video, right? And I like to do vlogs and whatnot, the people who know, right? I like to showcase my lifestyle. I'm with some shorties and shit. I post that shit up. Why everyone wanna see? Everyone wanna watch that shit. Everyone loves seeing the lifestyle and shit, right? And from that, someone followed along, someone who cut me off, like say a few weeks back. I know you watching my stories, and now all of a sudden you wanna hit me up talking about blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fellas, don't forget you got value out here, all right? Sometimes we get so distracted. The mission was to just do one thing, one simple thing off our purpose, that we make that mission our purpose. You feel what I'm saying? And I read between the lines. It is what it is. You know, a lot of things start happening. Like I said, people want to be around. And of course, women don't give a fuck about you unless they see other women around you too, which is hilarious to me, but it's how the game goes. You got motion and shit, you're making noise. Nah, they want to come back around. They just want to see if they got access to the creek in the door. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you got so much power in your yes and no's and who you answer to or don't. There's a million other people out here. Why are you so fixated on one person? That one person doesn't owe you. Is this person your girlfriend? This person your, not even just girlfriend, boyfriend. Whatever you're doing, like, if it's not an official thing, and I'm not talking about like title, but if it's not like an official thing between y'all where y'all both know what it is, then why are you stressing over that? Why are you trying to make this person something they can't be? You know what I'm saying? It's like choosing someone else's saved game and pressing resume and continuing that bitch on, bro. Like, you got your own purpose. You got your own shit out here. So, remember who you are. And that goes to the kings and queens watching this. Remember who you are and why you do what you do. Don't let anybody take you off your pivot just because they feel like, oh, well, now that I see other people want you, you of value to me again. Nah. Sometimes going forward is uncomfortable. Sometimes going forward, it can be scary to some. The unknown, because you know sometimes that's how people stay in toxic relationships, by being around what's familiar, and that's why they'll keep on doing the dumbest shit. Now, do you want to keep on stepping in shit, or do you want to step in places where you know, oh shit, the grass really is green on the other side, or like, oh shit, like that shit's clean over here. You know what I mean? It's wild. Nah. So remember your worth. But women do want a winner though. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna pick no bummy ass motherfucker. Make sure you on your grind. It's 24 hours in a day. And you over here complaining about the dumbest shit. You complain about there's no money. You complaining, but that's all you know how to do. Bro, stop being so negative. And do some Ubering, do some Grubhub, do some Instacart. There's a million ways to get it. Go get it. Power wash, something. But for those who understand. And it just is what it is. It's your boy DONiLA. Remember who you are. It's for the kings and queens out there. We're gonna stay happy with the podcast. Aye. I'll see y'all later.